Zermatt district is located to the southwest of Gardez, the provincial capital. Before the occupation, the residents of this district lived a normal life. Most people were engaged in their daily work, earning a lawful livelihood through farming, gardening, and running shops. They lived their ordinary lives, celebrating holidays, weddings, and other joyful occasions with happiness, cheer, and festivity. However, the 20-year brutal Western invasion took away all their joys, disrupted their peaceful lives, and left them in a state of sorrow and mourning. Martyrdom, injury, imprisonment, torture, and displacement are the painful stories that every Afghan endured in body and soul during the 20-year occupation. Here, we have documented a few of these incidents, only a small number among many. June 13, 2008. The night of Shamluzi village is a witness to a historic and brutal tragedy. On that night, the sky of Zermatt was occupied by the helicopters of the invaders, and the pure air was tainted with the fumes of gunpowder. The wounded and tortured Abdul Halim is a resident of Shamluzi village in Zermatt, whose innocent brother was martyred by the invaders during a night raid, right in front of their family. This incident deeply affected Abdul Halim's mind and soul. He struggles to speak about his brother's martyrdom and says that with his brother's death, their family has been faced with numerous hardships.
They came at 12 o'clock, and at 1 o'clock, my brother was martyred. They left at 4 in the morning. We were put into one room, and they told us not to come out. I took a knife and was told to bury it inside, saying they knew us. I put him in one room, and they martyred him. He had 4 sons and 4 daughters.
His name is Najibullah. He recounts the story of that night during the occupation, when 2 innocent villagers, named Rasul Ghani and Akhtar Ghani, were martyred. He says, "I was sitting in an elevated part of my house, watching the explosions from the bombings when suddenly, with a deafening sound, flames erupted from the middle of the village. Immediately, the cries of grief and mourning filled the air. It wasn't long before American planes dropped another heavy bomb, martyring 2 of the villagers."
The raid on Kodakale was at night, probably around 11 or 11:30. There is no further information. It was a time when the raid took place. From the helicopter, they martyred this man. It was a very bitter scene. The whole village was crying with them. Everyone in the village was in tears. No one had the strength to help these people. The situation was very bad. One of them was an elder son, named Rasul Ghani. The village was bombed, especially the castle. Then another bomb dropped on them, and he was martyred as well. His brother, 2 months later, was bombed in the Kodak Hale area. And he was martyred in the bombing. They left behind orphans and widows. He left behind 6 male children and 2 daughters, a total of 8 people. 2 of them are widows.
Every person in the village has bitter memories of the days and nights of occupation, which are not only marked by raids and stories of innocent people's martyrdom, but also the tales of numerous atrocities and horrors in Zermatt district that still linger on the tongues of the people.
It was around 11 or 12 at night when the helicopters arrived and landed behind the castle. 2 helicopters were circling. They were shouting, "Do not resist, surrender, you are surrounded." They set up ladders and climbed the castle. They fired shots, destroyed the door, and even shot the windows of the houses. My uncle and I, along with others, were pulled outside. We were only wearing our clothes. They pulled us out and tied our hands. The search lasted 1 or 2 hours. They searched the boxes, threw everything into the middle of the castle. Many were tortured, and many were martyred. They even shot ordinary people, crying as they killed them. To the side of our village, there was a raid, and 2 people were martyred in one house. Other raids took place elsewhere, and many more were martyred.
Muhammad Ishaq went to Saudi Arabia to earn a lawful livelihood for his family, but American aircraft bombed his innocent family in one night, martyring all of its members. Now, Ishaq has no family left, and it is only the grave that provides some condolence to his heart.
On the night when the American invaders bombed here, I was in Saudi Arabia. I found out about it while I was there. I returned a week later, and the martyrs were already buried. The villagers had buried them. All the villagers participated in the burial. The raid took place around 11 o'clock at night. After 11 o'clock, the castle was being shelled with rockets and artillery. We got a phone call from my uncle's son. He made the call. He told me that the family members had been martyred. I prayed 2 rak'ahs there and asked Allah for patience, saying, "O Allah, grant me patience," and I said, "If you are pleased, they are martyrs in your path. They are martyrs of truth." I asked Allah for patience, and until now, tears have not come to my eyes. I swore by Allah, I am truthful when I say that for about a month, I could not sleep or rest, that I could not stretch my legs. For 1 month, I used to sit in the bed, only thinking, "Oh Allah, grant me patience, there is no other way." Tears have not come to my eyes. I said, "Oh Allah, grant me patience. What happens if I cry?" When a person is in grief, the pain of tears is felt when your mother, father, or sister is alive. When they are no longer alive, who are you supposed to cry for? I have asked Allah for patience, and I seek intercession with Him. I am pleased with what Allah has written. I swear by the truth, I am content with Allah's will. May Allah not be displeased. I have asked Allah for patience, and I pray that He rewards me in this life and the hereafter.
The brutal NATO forces in Afghanistan showed no mercy, not even to women, the elderly, or infants in their mothers' arms. With immense cruelty, they martyred them all.
In this raid, my father was there, 2 of my brothers, 2 of my sons, 3 daughters, my sister, my mother, and my wife. It was an extremely difficult scene. It was so hard that if someone had told me, "Your flesh will be eaten by the vultures, but your family will be saved," would have accepted it. But when Allah's command came, what else could we do? We had to be patient and accept His will. We are content with Allah's will.
This inhuman crime was committed by those who speak of humanity on international stages. The recent incident in Shamluzi village was not the only one. There are dozens of other families who have fallen victim to the horrors of the American occupation, left to mourn and suffer by their actions. During the occupation, the brutal invaders committed such inhuman crimes in this district that every stone and rock in the area bears witness to their horrors and atrocities. Despite such immense cruelty and atrocities, the American invasion did not break the people's will. Likewise, the people of this region, with their strong resolve, determination, and unshakable spirit, were not defeated. Instead, they grew even stronger. With a pure Islamic belief, passion, and emotions, they fought for the liberation of their country and the implementation of Islamic law. By the grace of Allah, they succeeded in freeing the nation and once again raised the sacred Mohammedan flag over this blessed land. Zermatt, which had emerged from the horrors of occupation and war, is now in an atmosphere of independence and complete peace. Alhamdulillah. With the establishment of the Islamic system across the country, the people of this region have once again returned to their homes and normal lives. Farmers are tending to their fields, students are resuming their studies, and shopkeepers are returning to their businesses, all thriving in an environment of peace. The residents of Shamluzi now begin their nights in peace and their mornings with new hopes. They have emerged from the terror of night raids, bombings, and atrocities, and they now bury the bitter memories of the past brutal war under the shadow of the newfound independence and peace.
In the past 20 years, whenever we went to work or to earn a living, it felt like we were entering a prison. It was terrifying. Now, by the grace of Allah, we are so happy that I can't even describe it. Before, we didn't have the means to live. Our lives and wealth were not secure, and we didn't feel safe. Now, thanks to Allah, there is peace and stability. We are able to work and live with confidence. Now, there is nothing we lack, and we are very content with this situation.
Alhamdulillah, now there is security. The security is much stronger than before. People are doing business with confidence. They travel freely, and everything is happening on time. There were many difficulties before, and we couldn't even leave our homes. Whenever we went out, we never knew if we would return alive. There would be bombs on the road, wars, or gunfire. Because of this, we couldn't focus on our businesses. Now, alhamdulillah, there is security. Business is thriving, and we do it with confidence. No one faces any problems.
As a national and people's voice media, we present the atrocities, horrors, and crimes committed during the 20-year occupation in Afghanistan to citizens and internationals as a documentary manner. If you have witnessed similar incidents or other crimes committed by foreign invading forces in your areas during the 20-year occupation, you can share them with us through WhatsApp. So, we document them in English and Arabic, alongside our national languages, and give priority to broadcasting on national TV screen. Our contact number, 074-434-3668.